It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. Joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us on the sideline. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Klay Thompson.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Davis is out there with Daniel Gafford. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Marshall in at the 3 slot. And for the Warriors, Jose Alvarado is out there with Ellis. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Chamberlain in at the 5. And it's the Warriors to start out. Now with a fair amount of the season already completed, RJ, what storylines have stood out so far to you?
Well, it's really the players that have made the leap into stardom. But look, the season is far from over, and I'm curious to see if these guys can continue to get better.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. San Francisco making their last shot. Dinwiddie right side. Outside Irving.
Hey, how's it going?
It from beyond the arc.
Look, he is a 50, 40, 90 guy, right around 40% from the three-point line. Kyrie deserves more respect for his deep game.
Here's Alvarado. Back to Chamberlain. San Francisco passing it around. Chamberlain with a screen on Dinwiddie. And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
We got a good one going.
That is ferocious.
Dallas Mavericks have a pretty good front line.
It was ferocious.
They might be able to do a couple things with Chamberlain. Well, we'll see. Remember, Chamberlain is no longer playing every minute of every game now because of the injury 2 weeks ago.
Thank you, Kevin. I spoke with San Francisco's head coach.
So that now is no longer a part of the season.
When asked about the game plan on Anthony Davis, coach said, we have to do our best to keep him out of the paint. Now, that's where he's most effective. If he beats us with his jump shot, well, we can live with that.
Oh, come on.
Defense will be
perfect defense.
Guys.
Thank you, David. Greg, you love this topic more than anyone when you think about the best ball handlers of all time.
What a cheat call that was.
Where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
That free throw missing.
Man, just the total offensive package. Kyrie is a once-in-a-generation guard.
And he's good on the second. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at punting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay.
Who do I think is better, Wilt or Kareem?
It makes slowing down their pick and roll so
it's hard to say, man.
Now, here's Marshall following the miss by Wilt Chamberlain. Dinwiddie passes to Irving. Davis setting the pick for Irving.
I mean, they're both.
Misses the 3.
I'm more about teams, though. I mean, I look at the teams. I look at Chamberlain's best team and Wilt and Kareem's best team he was ever on. Wilt's best team that he was ever on.
Now, here is George. Scoring
won 69 games.
Right now, he's averaging about 19
to set the record before the Bulls broke it in 96. That's what I look at.
San Francisco needs to get a shot off here.
He led a team to the greatest record of all time before it was broken by the Bulls.
Strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the
Then we have to factor in his rebounding.
He's going up for the
with Wilt.
And Gafford throws
he's a better rebounder than Kareem.
And with the ability
he's a better shot blocker than Kareem.
Passes, Dinwiddie makes those.
He's a far better athlete. He's not even comparable athleticism.
Outside,
he's not even close. It's just hard to kick against Wilt.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play.
But they're both great. I mean, either way you go, you're going to have a dominant player.
Pass to Alvarado. Shot from 12. Chamberlain, no luck.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Dinwiddie's shot is off.
There's that fast break getting started by Wilt. Outlet pass.
3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. George. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist.
And once he got to the 10,
I like everybody, man. I just like basketball. Julius Irving was great.
Easy possessions,
particularly his
like
ABA days. If you have a chance, go look up some of his ABA footage. That's when he was at his best.
And Jason Kidd is
Most folks don't even see him when he plays for
wants to
Sixers.
talk some things over. Might be
Like, until you see
seeing
Dr. J
some
play in the
things to
ABA, you
adjust.
haven't seen Dr. J.
And it's
That's why I tell
Dinwiddie
everybody.
with the ball, bringing it up
Dr.
now
J in the
for
ABA
Mavericks.
with the Nets
Trailing
was
by
just
2.
unreal.
Gafford sets
Unreal.
the pick for Dinwiddie. Irving attacking from
When he was in his 20s.
He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
I like it when Dinwiddie takes initiative on the offensive end, especially when he's looking to catch and shoot.
All right, let's run a play here for Harrison Barnes.
First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Chamberlain a screen. That's a 2 from Barnes.
Rebound Chamberlain.
And Chamberlain with the stop.
And I'll tell you, the combination of agility, wingspan,
Arguably the greatest rebounder of all time.
Difficult to keep
by the numbers.
from scoring off those misses.
Awesome
Doesn't get the credit he deserves for that, obviously.
5G slam cam. The shot by George. Wide
Yeah, Bird.
open.
Yeah.
From outside, off
I like
the mark.
everybody. That's like basketball.
Dallas is
But
gone
Bird and
2
Jordan are
of 4
remarkable.
From beyond the arc to start the game. Offensive rebound.
Oh,
Outside for Davis. No good
rebound
with the
Chamberlain.
triple. For San Francisco.
Over to
they've
George.
gone 5 of 9 from the
George
field
all
in
the way.
first. Count it. George has got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Pass to Marshall.
Hope you've been checking out some of my Michael Jordan and Bird coverage I've been doing
Here's
recently,
Davis.
though, on my videos. You know, I feature. Oh my God!
Oh, what a defensive play.
Oh my God!
To the left side wing.
Absolutely. Go ahead and look me up.
Alvarado passes to Chamberlain.
You see that block, though, man.
Over Davis.
Chamberlain.
And San
Two-way
Francisco
play.
tacks on 2 more.
But here's the problem. No one's got the strength to move Wilt off his spot.
Oh, my
and no
God.
one has the height to challenge the shot.
And that block by Chamberlain was crazy, man.
Now, here is Irving. Boy, he was
Couldn't get there fast enough.
Boston.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And the Warriors
Good timeout
decide to
here.
take their first timeout here. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Yeah, your second unit, those reserves, they can swing a game.
And some changes here for San Francisco. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Ellis. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Jose Alvarado. Ball kicks to George.
Chamberlain.
Pass to Chamberlain. That's
Got
another
it.
one for him. His 5th in just 7
Off
shots.
of that cut. Let me see that play. I love this play. I don't know why the NBA needs to. This wasn't actually a perfect version of this, but why the NBA doesn't do this anymore? You don't see teams doing this anymore. This is old school. When you would run a power forward down there, that crazy the buzzer beater against the Lakers. Yeah, that was insane. But look at this. It's an easy way to get a quick attempt for a post-up player. And Wilt, with his height, he can just come there and just take the ball from the guy. Now, that wasn't a smooth play, but you can see how he comes in. It'll give him a quick lane. And Wilt, with that incredible size, there's just nothing you can do once he gets it there. It's just too easy. When you playing with small ball guys. I mean, it really shows how much bigger he is when you zoom in on the action. Like, the game doesn't really the camera doesn't really do it justice with the size difference when you play on broadcast mode. But when you zoom in, you really see how much bigger he really is than everybody else down there. It's ridiculous.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And on the way,
Yeah, that buzzer beater from Jordan against LA was crazy.
With the rebound. Chamberlain
Hope you enjoyed it, man. Watch that whole game. Here we go.
George passes to Chamberlain. They double-team Chamberlain.
Triple chained him.
Well, Pope with a wide-open look, and he's good on the 3-ball.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
If they're going to triple team like that, we're going to get so many open threes. It's going to be
Outside,
ridiculous.
Davis. Back to Irving. Chamberlain with the block.
And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. Wilt, one of the
MLT 567,
you'll ever
boy.
see. And they don't
MLT 567. If you want to look me up.
Open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now
here we go.
George. 11 points last game.
Paul George all the way.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shoot two.
We're bringing Laveria now.
That
Power
free throw
forward.
good from George.
And what I love about Paul George, the production.
Yeah, I just told you it's 567.
After year.
Excuse me, it's
Francisco making a
MLT
switch
567.
here. Laravia's checked in.
Boyd, my PlayStation handle.
And George drops them both. So for Dallas, their last game, a win against the Boston Celtics. Irving passes to Davis.
He's coming. Chamberlain.
Irving
Oh,
picking up the assist.
great play by
This
Davis.
is the defensive intensity you have to have against Davis inside, but he still powers through it.
Caldwell Pope outside.
Here comes forwards. Got him.
Inside. And it's George finishing it off.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Mavericks trail by 7. Here now is Dinwiddie. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston.
Rebound Chamberlain.
Ball
Put
with
it
it,
back.
picked up by Davis. Back to Ball. Caldwell Pope feeling it out of it. Down low.
Chamberlain.
Chamberlain kicks to
Bounce
Caldwell
pass.
Pope. Cranes the
Good.
corner.
Off the
now
double
it's a
team.
10-point San Francisco lead.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
They were ready to roll right through the tip. There was no warm-up period.
Okay,
It was
Ewok.
only, let's do this.
I'll look for you.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
A long, versatile guard at 6'5". Spencer Dinwiddie can play the 1, shift over to the 2, and give you scoring and playmaking.
Christie's checked in for Dallas.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Good Georgia breather. Come in with Clay.
Now here's Ball.
That's okay. I'll look for it,
Still
man.
without a basket. Pass to Chamberlain. Outside for Caldwell Pope.
I didn't want it that time.
Francisco passing it around.
Back in the Wilt.
5 to shoot. Shot from 12. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Displaying intensity right off the
Dude
opening
is just a
tip,
giant, man.
especially on the
In this
offensive
era.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively.
I'll see you when the game is over. I can't see it while I'm streaming.
And
Don't
he
worry,
does
and I'll
everything,
see you,
David.
man.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you, man.
Klay Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors.
I'll receive it.
Then for the Mavericks, Derek Lively.
I can't
he's
see it
checked
while
in
I'm
for
streaming.
Daniel Gafford. Caleb Martin comes in for Najee Marshall. And it's Hardy in for Dinwiddie. Now, here's Hardy.
Here we go.
There's the pick. Here's Christie. Off target from
Selling for
three-point range.
three-point shots too much.
Warriors leading by 10. Christie with the rebound.
Good not finish.
Dallas with the ball. Last time they met was in Dallas.
I'll tell you, they played
Good
hard,
play by Ball.
they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
Leaving points at the free throw line can take the edge off of a team.
Yeah, Emma,
You're playing physical, you're
I
playing
can't
hard,
see it
and
while
it's
I'm
just
streaming.
not paying off.
I'll get to you, man, once I
Always
get
good to
off.
another look at a terrific defensive
see them.
play.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Alfred Payton, he's checked in for Hardy. Now, here's Ball. No
Here's
scoring
Clay.
in this one. They get it back.
Chamberlain.
Great D that time.
Chamberlain.
Chamberlain
again.
To finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Chamberlain in the paint. Oh, good play. Good defense by Dallas on that possession. It took the whole team at Chamberlain that time to stop him. That's what it took, like 4 guys to stop Chamberlain under the basket.
He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Christie the pass to Davis.
Here we go.
It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Hey, I'm going to tell you a little secret. I'm not going to lie. I am happy I never had to guard AD. This guy has it all between the length, the touch, the
Emma,
smarts.
Walker, I'm telling you, I can't see it while I'm streaming, brother. Okay.
A 14-point game for him in the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
I will get to you when I get done streaming.
Chamberlain kicks the ball. Just 3 to shoot. He had a nice open look right there.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Payton against Ball.
Here we go.
Passes to Martin. Pass to Lively. Davis with a screen.
Here comes the help.
Payton from outside. Warriors with the rebound.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Thompson finds Ball. Now Chamberlain. Chamberlain with a screen on Davis. Arabia passes to Chamberlain. No good with the layup. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Dallas Mavericks. 11-point game.
Oh, my.
To win against Boston. Looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
And on top of probably having the better talent, they never let up. Great effort, great win.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Washington comes in for Davis, and Kyrie Irving subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And Richard, talking about Anthony Davis for a second here. When healthy, he's still one of the best players in the NBA.
Yeah, his health has always been a question mark for quite a while, Kevin. But make no mistake, when AD's good to go, he's one of the best players in the world.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Pass to Lively. Tries it from the top of the key. Chamberlain with the rebound. San Francisco leading by 11. Irving against Ball. Back to Caldwell Pope. Here's LaRavia. Right side, Ball. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Warriors lead by 13. Mavericks shooting 42% to begin this game. Irving against Ball. Irving surveying the floor. To the paint. Over in the corner, Washington. Bangs home the trifecta.
Smart decision to kick it out to another guy once the defense is fixated on him in the paint.
And it's San Francisco with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll return shortly.
Do I like Luka Doncic because of what? I never said I did or didn't like him.
And if you're just
I think he's
tuning
a great
in,
player.
we've got a wide
That's
margin
great,
on the
but
scoreboard, but
not particularly. I just like basketball. I'm not the type of guy that just likes players for players. I like the game. I like how people exist within the game. If that makes any sense to you, it should. I'm not really what you would call like a traditional fan of, who just follows players. I like to follow the game. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and give, since Wilt Chamberlain will no longer be following that rule, we'll give Wilt a little bit of a break here. He probably really doesn't even, he kind of does need it, but we know he can play through it, but I don't want him to sustain another injury. Let Buddy Hield go out there and get some minutes too.
plenty
Yeah,
of
but
time left for a
going back
comeback.
to Doncic, he's a great player.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
The
But,
ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
A lot of great players in today's game, like it was in the previous era, the era before that, the era before that one.
Tonight, they seem poised for a big game from deep.
Mavericks trail by 10. On the
Question
floor right
is
now
the
for
teams.
Mavericks.
That's where I question the
Lively
difference.
hold down
There's
the
not as many
first
great
four.
teams anymore in
Christie
the
is out there
NBA.
with Irving, and it's Martin.
There's always going to be great players,
This is Irving's
but having like
mentality.
great
He
teams is hard to come
understands that
by.
He is out there to shoot and shoot often, especially off the catch.
Here's
There were teams that I was coming up that could win
Scoreless
championships,
thus far. Here's Hield,
but
finds
couldn't
himself
they
wide
just
open and drills it.
couldn't beat certain teams they were
And
playing
the
with
lack
bad
of effort
matchups.
to fight over the screen there
Like the Utah
makes
Jazz,
that
the
an
great
easy
team.
shot.
Indiana
As soon as
Pacers were
these guys
great.
feel contact, they are just disappearing.
Yeah, the Portland
they're
Trailblazers
not
in
even
2000
there.
were a
You
great
gotta
team.
Show some fire and keep defending.
But they don't ever get talked
Now,
about because you don't win a
here's
championship. You don't get talked about.
Lively, no one around him. And it's off from three-point range.
And then today we're all, we live in a celebrity-based society. It's all about, one guy doing everything.
Numbers as well.
I just don't believe in that. We got
Pass to
heel
Hield.
cutting.
Stripped it
Loses
away.
it. Damn.
To the middle. Here's Washington. The
And
kick
when Wilt goes
to
out, the
Irving.
game changes.
Drills the three-pointer. Irving's got 11 points.
Those rebounds aren't so hard,
What
so
a
easy to get
pretty
now when Wilt
shot
goes
from
out.
Kyrie Irving. This man just has the perfect touch from any distance.
Here's Alvarado. He's covered by Irving. Now Alvarado. Clock at 4. Pass to Laravia. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Outside Martin. A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. No good on the three. Warriors leading by 7. On the wing, Thompson. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. Mavericks trail by 7. Christie the pass to Lively. The shot misses.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
And they'll get another chance. Thompson finds Alvarado. Back to Thompson. A three-pointer off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Martin. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists tonight.
His passing has always been a staple of his career. Not too many are better at dishing than Kyrie.
Here's Alvarado. Nothing on the board. Pass to Laravia. Shot clock at 6. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Warriors lead by 8. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis.
Who's your favorite team to watch all the time? How about that?
And just overall around
Everybody
the
likes
NBA,
Michael
feels
Jordan, of
like
course.
bigger
What's your
teams
favorite team to
are
watch?
having more success.
Daniel Gafford's checked in.
One of my
for the
favorite teams to watch
Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for
is the
Caleb Martin.
1984 to 1987 Celtics.
Pass
I
to
like
Barnes.
watching that team. I also like to go back and watch film
And
of.
here's Chamberlain. Covered by Gafford. Poked away.
Oh, man.
And stolen by
I like to go
Irving.
back and watch film of the '93 Suns
Here's Christie.
in the season.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. From deep Washington. Chamberlain with the rebound. Chamberlain got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Now, here is Chamberlain. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game.
Oh, nice
Thompson
pass.
way outside. They get the
Rebound Chamberlain. Rebound Chamberlain.
And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
How about the body control and just the sheer athletic prowess of Chamberlain on that one?
Chamberlain with 14 rebounds already, man.
Now here's Dinwiddie.
And
He's
14
defended
points.
by Alvarado. Launches it. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Washington.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Alvarado passes to Thompson. Chamberlain with a screen on Christie. And Thompson kicks to Hield. San Francisco passing it around. Here's Chamberlain. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Chamberlain got 4 points in the quarter.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
Irving for 3. Wilt Chamberlain with the rebound. Chamberlain got rebound number 15 here tonight. Hield the pass to Alvarado. And here's Chamberlain. Barnes left side. To the inside. And again, Wilt Chamberlain. And now an 11-point San Francisco lead.
And one of the most prolific scorers you'll find. Wilt keeps finding ways to raise the bar, as evidenced by his output here tonight.
Now here's Irving. He's got 11.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Chamberlain down low. Covered by Gafford. And it's Alvarado missing.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Christie against Thompson. On its way from Irving for 2. Dallas again missing.
Credit the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
Barnes with it. Still yet to score. Good. Here now is Dinwiddie. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Thompson against Irving, and the layup is good. Irving's got 13 points.
He's had a rough start to this game, and that's being nice. But he's gotten back on track here in the second.
So you like watching the 1990s Bulls?
Chamberlain with a screen on Dinwiddie.
The 2000 Lakers? I'm talking teams, not just players. You know what I mean?
Pass to Chamberlain. Just 5 to shoot. They kick out to Hield. Yes, and a nice assist from Chamberlain.
Great. Out of that double team.
5 assists tonight.
The corner is the shortest 3 by distance, so for someone like Hill, that is easy money.
Now, here's Washington. 11 points for him in that last game against Boston.
Oh, man.
Christie can't
Good
make
box
it.
out by
And
Gafford,
San
but he couldn't get the
Francisco
rebound.
with possession. They're on a 14-5 run here.
Clay. No, it ain't there.
Thompson looking for an opening.
Here's Chamberlain.
Inside, Chamberlain. Rebounded by Gafford. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 14. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Now, here is Irving. He's got 13. And it's San Francisco
Rebound.
with the
Chamberlain.
rebound. Chamberlain got
And a
his
stop.
18th rebound here tonight. All over the place.
Hello. How you doing,
with a
future
screen
foe?
on Irving. Pass to Hield.
Over to Thompson. In
To
the
the
Chamberlain
point.
on the move. Drop step. All the way.
And it's Chamberlain that time on the assist by Thompson. Chamberlain got 8 points here in this
I
quarter.
tell you, it is so difficult. This is what you just, man, this is so difficult to stop with great big men. It's one thing to post them up, but when you catch them on the move like this, and you swinging the ball back and forth, and they have to catch them as they're moving, drop step, nothing they can do.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. teams changing it up here. And while we can, let's have a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who have been the most efficient scorers in the NBA this month. You take a look at Gafford. Leading the league in field goal percentage, he always gets good looks.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
Pass to Christie. Here's Davis. Rebounded by Ellis. San Francisco leading by 16. George dishes to Chamberlain. Nails the baby hook. Chamberlain got 22 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
They set a physical tone early on, and they're being rewarded for their efforts.
And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Mavericks trail by 20. Here's Dinwiddie. Chamberlain with the block. Ellis against Christie. And there's the call. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie. That is his first foul of the game. Mavericks making a switch here. Martin's checked in.
Checking in for the Mavericks, number 16, Caleb Porter.
They double-team Chamberlain. Ellis wide open. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
And that's just too easy. With size, strength, length, no way to stop Chamberlain once he gets the ball in that close.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's got 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Outside Martin. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Martin's got 5.
Yeah, that was a nice play right there by Dallas. I like this play. They just ran. Totally outscreened this man. Bam, just came right up. It was subtle, but bam, took him right out, wide open. Beautiful.
Right now.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh yeah, you're done.
Outside, George. Out to the right wing. Pass to Chamberlain. San Francisco passing it around. Ellis, that's good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here is Martin. He has 5. Gafford sets the pick for Martin. Back to Dinwiddie. Another 3 for Dallas.
Nice start for him beyond the arc. He's already hit 3 triples.
They don't have any way to score outside the three-point shot, though.
Francisco leading by
They get no points in the paint to complement it. That's why you have the big lead. And we're scoring consistently from
George.
the 2-point range.
Pass to Chamberlain.
With Chamberlain, and we're getting open threes like this
Ellis
one.
outside. Fires from deep.
And we're getting offensive rebounds.
He holds in his 20th rebound.
Man, he is all over the glass,
yeah,
man.
The body.
They cannot keep this man off the glass, man. This is crazy. They got 2 dudes boxing him out, and he still gets the rebound. Anthony Davis is right there. Dude's right there. He's one man. And Wilt getting that as it's coming off the rim. Sheesh, man.
Control on that one. Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
First trip to the line for him here.
Wilt Chamberlain, taking 2 shots.
That one is off. And the Warriors making a change here. Barnes is checked in. And Dallas with a change here too. Dante Exum, he's checked in for Martin. Good on the second free throw. 1:12 left in the first half. Pass to Exum. Back to Dinwiddie. Loads it up for Davis. And stolen by Chamberlain. And it's Ellis penetrating. And it's Ellis finishing it off.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Pass to Kolek. Now Chamberlain outside. George. 6 to shoot. Ellis, the pass to Chamberlain. Tries again. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Chamberlain got 29.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Davis. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, they don't have time to dwell on that. They just need to learn from their mistakes and move forward. Next play.
It could go. And it's San Francisco finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
That's right. Wilt Chamberlain, 100 points.
Thanks, Kevin. Contavious, you guys came out with a lot of energy in the first half. What got you going?
Like you said, we came out with a lot of energy. We wanted to get easy basket layups, knock down shots.
You got all that and more in that first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Good evening, everybody. Can you guess what we're starting the show with? Wow, you guys are good. Time for the power rankings.
Take a look at San Francisco. They're in that #1 spot for a reason, playing well as a team, making it look easy. Definitely the team to beat right now, guys.
Going to take a lot to knock them out that top spot. Until then, this is their league.
And let's move on to that first half. Talk about a rough start for the Dallas Mavericks.
You can do everything else, but if you don't take care of the boards, well, you know what I'm going to say.
Your goose is cooked? You're in hot water? Any of those?
Where were you born at?
Hey, Sufanex, how you doing?
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half.
Statistically, you can't argue that. I mean, I look at it like this. I go with teams. I look at Wilt Chamberlain was on 2 of the greatest teams of all time. He produced. Wilt Chamberlain won 60.
There wasn't too much drama in the first
67
half,
games.
Things will tighten up here in the second.
In 1968 with the 76ers. Then wins.
Well, with a double-double in
69 games and 72 with the Lakers.
Imagine what his stat
that record stood until Chicago broke the record in 1996
I don't think that's
with the
most
72 and 10 Bulls.
thing to him. Sure.
You gotta understand, Chamberlain was responsible for some of the greatest teams in NBA history.
Everything else.
And he was the main man behind them. Like their whole entire offense and defense was built around him.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Chamberlain is out there with Barnes.
The man was just
Paul George, and it's Kolek.
The man was just ridiculous.
Dinwiddie getting it done.
And as we're seeing here in the modern era,
San Francisco leading by 22, and for Dallas,
because of the inability to get mid-range jump shots,
is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Irving,
and all this three-point shooting,
in at the 3, the small forward. Now,
and double teaming and the lack of post-up defense.
Shots good by Ellis.
Because they don't have anyone that. The players today don't know how to guard in the post, so they double team on almost every post attempt from a dominant post player. They don't know how to guard because nobody practiced anymore. So what you end up, and you put that with the fact that the three-point shooters of today are the best that they've ever been, this is what you're going to get. I'm sorry, this is the best three-point shooting era in NBA history. We all agree with that. Now, you put a dominant big man in today's game who draws double teams, it's just too easy.
And of all the attributes, one thing thing that sometimes gets overlooked with Chamberlain is the court vision. Makes a great read there.
Here's Gafford. And on the way from Irving for three. He can't hit that time. And for the Warriors, they're shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in.
I ain't put my substitutions in yet.
Here's Kolek. Hasn't made one yet. Clock at 6. Here's Chamberlain. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Man, they sitting in two guys. And Gafford and Davis are two of the bigger big men.
One and missed one so far in the game.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Chamberlain is drawing double teams every time down he touches the ball. It's ridiculous. Like Dallas has, even with Anthony Davis and Wofford, and they're two big guys who are relatively long, and they still can't feel confident enough to stop this guy.
That free throw good from Chamberlain.
And Dallas is not playing necessarily bad. It's just Chamberlain has shut the lane down, so they're having to rely mostly on three-point shots. They can't get anything in the paint.
Chamberlain hits them both.
That's why you get the blowout. And the fact that they can't stop Chamberlain on the other side.
In the second half.
That's how you get blowouts.
Left side Davis. Outside Irving.
High pick and roll.
Gafford sets the pick for Irving.
Another three-point shot.
No good on the triple.
Not there. No rebound.
Irving's gone 2 of 7 from the arc.
Now it just comes down to
Here's
execution.
Kolek. Ellis outside.
And the Wilts. Wait for the double team. No, they're not going to come. They're not coming.
Lays it
Just,
up off the
man.
glass. Chamberlain got 33.
That was one-on-one that time.
To let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Now here's Dinwiddie. 13 points in the game.
Chamberlain covers some distance.
6 to shoot.
Defensive 3
Here's
seconds.
Irving from 13 feet. It goes down. Irving's got 15 points.
They need a lot more of that.
Seeing Irving
look at the field goal differential.
Mid-range,
ridiculous.
At reading the defense and recognizing when to take these shots.
Ellis outside. Pass to Chamberlain.
All George wide open.
It around. A nice shot by George.
They double teaming from way across there. They got to rotate better.
First 3 shots.
Just play them straight up.
Here to start the second half. Now here's Irving. On the wing, Davis, covered by Barnes. Gafford with the ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Irving missing.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Pass to Kolek.
Paul George.
Now George. Dinwiddie covering. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
Look, when you've made your first 3 shots of the half, I think it's okay for a heat check.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we are seeing a new generation taking over the NBA. Commissioner Adam Silver says stars can be created much quicker these days. Sports is a meritocracy and talent gets rewarded. With a social media community in the billions for basketball and a global market for talent, new and different stars end up emerging. Kevin?
Which is always good for the game. Great to see. And David, a great report again from you. Thank you. Here now is Dinwiddie. 13 points in the game.
Emma, I see you, man. I'll get to you eventually.
Out of bounds to the Mavericks.
You don't have to keep spamming the chat with that, man. I see you. I appreciate you.
To check out some stats for Paul George.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his
I can't see the invite while I'm streaming. I will get to it when I'm done streaming. Okay.
Field goal percentage, which
you have been heard, brother.
A sign that his game
you have been heard.
Much better shape than it was not too long ago.
2 free throws coming
how
up.
Was that a foul?
The shooting foul. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Monday, they'll take on Chris Middleton and the Washington Wizards. Then on Wednesday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
One of the most creative guards that we have ever seen. Irving is just so unpredictable with the ball in his hands.
Ellis outside. Pass to George. Over Marshall. Tries again. Here's Chamberlain. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Here's Dinwiddie. The Warriors making the shot. Shoots over Alvarado. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Pass to Barnes. It's Ellis on the wing. Chamberlain against Davis. 13 feet away. And San Francisco tacks on 2 more.
He's looked practically unstoppable this quarter. The defense, yeah, well, they haven't had many answers for him.
Irving against Ellis. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Irving's got 19 points.
They don't want to go all the way and challenge Chamberlain.
For Kyrie, what an incredible offensive talent.
At the basket.
It's Ellis on the wing, covered by Irving. And George now top of the key. Off target from outside. And it's Irving with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Left side, Davis. Gafford inside, guarded by Chamberlain. Here's Irving. Chamberlain with the rebound. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 16-6 run. And it's Alvarado in the corner. Pass to George. Over Marshall. And San Francisco tacks on 2 more.
And got to be confident in that mid-range. And Paul George certainly is.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Dinwiddie.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
I'm sure all of the above is in order, and you can never be too content.
Christie's checked in for Najee Marshall. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at the Warriors. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, there's the Mavericks. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
You know, right now for San Francisco, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
Even though some people doubted them, there are just as many people, if not more, who believed in this team from the very beginning. And it's pretty clear right now who was right.
And so it's San Francisco with it, following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Here's Caldwell Pope. Out to Thompson. San Francisco passing it around. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Thompson. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Gafford's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And for Klay Thompson, Richard, he's entering a different part now of his career.
And it happens to all of us. Father Time is undefeated. But Klay's game, his ability to hit threes as an elite level, that is not going anywhere, Kevin. I'm going to say he hasn't found the same success here in the second half compared to what we saw from him in the first.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around.
I know your name is Boyd. I know.
Thompson's got his second bucket of the night.
And this is Thompson's shot, one of the most gifted outside shooters the NBA, the world has ever seen.
Dinwiddie kicks to Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists in the game. San Francisco has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Thompson against Christie. And there's the call. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Mavericks with some changes. Derek Lively comes in for Daniel Gafford. And Kayla Martin subbed in for Irving. Alvarado finds Caldwell Pope. Thompson inside the line. Mavericks with the rebound.
Well, despite some uneven shooting for them, they're still out in front.
Christie the pass to Davis. Dinwiddie outside. Outside, Davis. Just 5 on the clock. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Stolen by Lively. And stolen by Thompson. Caldwell Pope passes to Alvarado. Thompson outside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
It's so hard trying to stay down on that pump fake from Clay. He's just so tricky and crafty with it.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for San Francisco.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And they've also played exceptionally well in the paint tonight, taking advantage of their opportunity to work inside.
Ball's checked in for Jose Alvarado. Hardy, he's checked in for the Mavericks. The 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Hardy's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
The shot comes out. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Here's Christie. Still scoreless. Here's Davis. Nice follow through on the fadeaway.
Ooh, nice touch from the mid-range. Davis proving how effective he is from that spot.
Now ball. Caldwell Pope outside. Over Christie. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Lively. To the left wing. Hardy passes to Christie. Tipped away. Stolen by Ball. The finish. And Ball slams it in.
A fantastic two-way threat. Once Ball grabs the steal, he's looking to take it all the way.
Now here's Hardy. Defense right on him. Floats it up for Davis. Now the Warriors moving it up. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Defended by Christie. Christie against Caldwell Pope. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
First personal foul.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. For the past 10 games, these teams have been fantastic on rebounding. Second, the Mavericks.
Yeah, both squads just rebounding the ball so well here of late. I mean, this is going to be a very interesting matchup from a physical standpoint.
And Caldwell Pope drops them both.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
Pass to Christie. And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
.58 seconds left to play in the third. It's stolen by Adams.
Stealing a ball in the NBA, it takes more than quickness. It takes smarts. Run it.
Outside, Ball. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Off target with his three. The Mavericks have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Christie lays it up and banks it in. Christie's got his first basket of the night.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Caldwell Pope outside. Yep, it counts. Caldwell Pope. Got 4 points in the quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
With 1 on the clock, the 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's San Francisco delivering the blowout. And we'll be back with you right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. We've got Caldwell Pope. He's out there with Ball. Chamberlain is out there with Thompson. And it's Mobo in at the 4. Back to Thompson. Lets it go from deep. Here's another rebound.
Rebound after rebound after rebound.
Oh, GA, he is crashing the glass with energy. I love it. And so here is Dallas. The Warriors making the shot. Lively the pass to Irving. And it's San Francisco with the rebound. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
Yeah, shaky defense there. Giving up the bucket plus sending KCP to the line.
Some people, RJ, have called for fewer regular season games. Could that help?
Absolutely not. If Kareem Abdul-Jabbar can take commercial flights and have to stay the night over and play 82 games, I think that the teams today can play 82 games.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
On its way from Irving for 2. Rebounded by Wilt Chamberlain. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for San Francisco. Down low. Thompson outside. Back to Chamberlain. 6 on the shot clock. They double-team Chamberlain. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
It will be a re-jump.
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Mavericks ball.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Martin for 3. Dallas again missing. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Thompson outside. Chamberlain against Lively. Chamberlain down low. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And the league limiting players from making public trade demands, which I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot. Keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Laravia's checked in, and Georgia subbed in for Thompson. And he can't hit the second. The Mavericks have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Martin the pass to Lively. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Caldwell Pope outside. Chamberlain with a screen on Christie. There's the lob to the hoop, and Chamberlain with the stuff.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
Mavericks shooting 40% from the field. Lively a screen on George. Pass to Lively. That one's off, still out of sync.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Now, here is George. Shot clock at 5. Wide open look. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
A good ball handler with an advanced offensive repertoire. George is more than comfortable in the pick and roll.
Lively with it. Three-pointer. That shot missing.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
It's George on the wing. RG, what have you noticed about the young players that enter the NBA today?
Unfortunately, the NBA is now tasked with teaching players how to play basketball. The NBA wasn't a teaching league 20 years ago. Now it is. A lot of players are spending their first, second, and even third year learning how to play basketball. That was not always the case. They used to go to college and play for Hall of Fame coaches for 4 years.
And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him. That sends Kyrie Irving to the free throw line. That one on Caldwell Pope. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Dallas.
One shot.
Free throw no good for Irving. And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. Are you a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed them up.
Here's Ball. The Mavericks making the shot. Outside, George. San Francisco passing it around. George missing again. Dallas has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And stolen by Chamberlain. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. And it's blocked. Martin against George. And it's Martin missing. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Caldwell Pope dishes to George. Back to Caldwell Pope. Pass to LaRavia. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Caldwell Pope against Irving. Lively, that's good. Lively's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Now, here's Ball. There's the drive. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Chamberlain. 5 on the clock. Here's LaRavia. The basket good off the assist from Chamberlain. Chamberlain got 9 assists now tonight.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Count that bucket.
Great hustle there from Kyrie in the paint, outworking the defense and finding a quality look.
And here is Ball. Here's LaRavia. Outside, George. Over Martin. And it's George missing. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. You know, Richard, so many stars have done it. Any thoughts on a player asking for a trade with multiple years remaining on their contract?
If you're unhappy in any marriage, you should always get out. That is my opinion. Teams do it all the time. They'll sign a player to 5 years and then trade him in 2. So if a player is unhappy after 3 years of a 5-year contract, it's okay for him to request a trade, but continue to show up to work. That is my only request from the players.
Over to the wing. Here's LaRavia. Lets it fly. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Irving way outside. No good from outside. San Francisco has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And got it! Another basket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Dallas has gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Here's Irving. Got a hand on it.
And love the defensive activity from KCP. Selling out there for the block.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Pulls in another board. This kind of effort is amazing.
And he will not be denied.
Outside, George. Back to Chamberlain. Again, what an avalanche!
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Here's Dinwiddie. And the NBA last season, Richard, really emphasizing it's an 82-game league. And I know you love that.
Oh, that is my favorite thing. I was taught by the legends of the game that you go out there and play every single night that you can. At some point in time, the sports and science team realized that it is very difficult to be a professional. But I stand by. 82 games is an achievement that very few can achieve now.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the 4th period. We'll see how it pans out.
I think when you've got it going from 3-point range, you got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
Here's LaRavia. San Francisco passing it around. Chamberlain against Lively. Chamberlain, no luck. Now Martin. Pass to Dinwiddie. Here's Lively to stop the drought. Wilt Chamberlain with the rebound.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
Ball kicks to Chamberlain. 3-pointer. And it's LaRavia missing. The Mavericks shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Martin. Martin's got 3 assists now in this one.
At this point in his career, look, Kyrie knows who he is, and that's a shot he wants to take.
Now, here's Ball. RJ, you had a chance to ref a Summer League game this past year, so you get a little bit of a feel for what these guys go through.
Being a referee is by far the hardest job in professional sports. To try and keep up with the amount of plays, the amount of possessions, I do not envy their job.
San Francisco has gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. In the corner, George with it. Pass to Chamberlain. And another one falls. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for San Francisco.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
Wow, they finished the season series undefeated. 4 games, 4 wins, really asserting their dominance.
Now Martin, after the missed 3 from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Lively, that's good.
You'd love to get the ball this close in every trip where you can almost just not miss.
Ball against Dinwiddie. Chamberlain with a screen on Dinwiddie. And he jams it with authority.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Jarek Lively. Anthony Davis comes in for Washington. And it's Marshall in for Caleb Martin. Six-second difference between shot and game clock. Dinwiddie passes to Gafford. Banked in off the glass.
Just the definition of combo guard. Dinwiddie with a great pass that time.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Outside for George. Buries the long-range jumper.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game, saving their best basketball for the end. Oh, smart.
Man, dominant performance by Team Chamberlain tonight. Dallas just never got into it. Couldn't get anything going inside. Three-pointers wasn't falling.
Be a defining one.
And Chamberlain was just destroyed their front line.
I mean, being here at home
and own the glass.
No doubt helps. And the execution.
They barely got a rebound tonight, Dallas did.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. And now, our player of the game.
Just a total look at that. They got out everything, man. Even the fast break points. And Dallas is known for their fast break. They didn't even get out and run tonight because they couldn't get any rebounds. Because, no, you can't run if you can't get a fast break going if you don't get a rebound. So, 35 assists for Team Chamberlain. 14 offensive rebounds by Team. They only had 24 defensive rebounds to their 43. That is, dude, it's just total domination. Let's take a look at the shot chart for Dallas. Look at the shots in the paint for Dallas. All them X's. Then you look over at the Warriors. Man. Let's go to here and look at the percentages. Warriors shot 78% in the paint. Dallas shot 56%. But then again, they don't have that many attempts. They only took 23 attempts in the paint. Most everything else is a three-point shot or 0 for 5 from the deep right side. Mostly threes and bad layup attempts. Just too much Chamberlain, man. They just couldn't. He just changes the landscape of the game. If you're not hitting the three-pointer at a clip, you're not going to be able to compete. Unless you got another big man that can go at him. Let's take a look at the box score here. Chamberlain with a triple-double tonight. 57 points, 37 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. on 35 shots. Even when, and he had 10, look at that. For those that understand bad, 10 offensive rebounds in one game, dude, 10 offensive rebounds in one game is like getting, that's like, man, I can't even, that is so hard to do. That is something that you rarely ever see, man. Somebody having 10 offensive rebounds in one game. That's and 11 dunks. Jeez. Like man, that's crazy. That's like having in football. That's like in football having like 5 sacks. That's like having 5 sacks in a game of football. That's like super, super hard to do. Kyrie Irving, 30 points, 6 assists. Took 30 shots to get it, so not a good shooting night. Davis just never got into it. He just got totally shut down by Chamberlain. Just totally shut down. Let's take a look at Chamberlain's highlights. Look at that rim run, man. Rebound, dunk. A little floater in the lane, little. Just laid it up all easy. Fade away in the lane. 2-hand throw down, rebound. Just that little jump hook in the lane. Man, these highlights is just vintage Chamberlain. Look at the side over here. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and see who's up next in the season. Team Chamberlain makes his way up. Okay, they're playing. Looks like Team Chamberlain's going to be taking on. I'm not taking that trade. I don't want that trade. Team Chamberlain's taking on the Pelicans. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to bring this one to an end here, and I will see you guys for the next stream. If you like the content, please share it with your friends, family, and a few of your enemies, and turn an enemy into a friend. And I will see you guys. And don't forget the notification bell, too. And I will see you next time on Rexington Strong Style Sports. Peace.